and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're going back into the Disney Vault as we take a look at The Boy Who Talked to Badgers. And stay tuned for our bonus story as we take a look at the Disney short, Ferdinand the Bull. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering The Boy Who Talked to Badgers. This movie was released on September 14th, 1975. It was directed by Gary Nelson. It is based on Incident at Hawks Hill by Alan W. Eckhart. The production companies were Walt Disney Pictures, and it was distributed by NBC. So in terms of the backstory, this movie was filmed in Alberta, Canada, and this was a TV adventure film that aired on NBC and was part of the Disney TV show The Wonderful World of Color. In terms of the cast, we have Carl Bentz, who plays Will McDonald, Salman Jens, who plays Esther McDonald, Kristen Junter, who plays Benji McDonald, Robert Donner, who plays Trapper Burton, Denver Pyle, who is the narrator, and George Collins as Martha Gilman. In terms of the plot, a young Canadian farm boy named Benji has no use for people. In fact, he tends to communicate much better with animals than with people. He tries to spend as much time with his furry friends, and his parents realize this could be a problem, but do not have the heart to take away Benji's only pleasure. The boy, Benji, befriends a badger, and when the animal disappears, Benji seeks out to find his lost friend. In the course of the search, Benji gets trapped in a raging river and winds up being carried away from his home. His quest for survival and finding his way back dominate the majority of the film. So there's not a lot of trivia for this movie. The reason I kind of put this on the schedule for the episodes is this actually a perfect example of the two-part episodes that they used to air on The World of Color, where it would be these TV adventure films. And this one's really interesting because it has a lot of really great nature shots of animals and the environment, especially in the Canadian prairies. So it is worth to check that out if you're into animals, as well as the different landscaping features of the movie. Unfortunately, the story is quite loose and it is a little bit boring. It kind of doesn't really have any development in terms of character, and you really don't gain any emotional attachment to the boy that gets lost because it happens so quickly at the beginning of the film. The movie's not that long. It's only about just over an hour. And but again, you have no attachment to these characters, so the story is quite loose. I definitely recommend it for those animal shots, as well as if you're a Disney historian, it is worth checking it out. But not one that I'm definitely going to go back and check out very often. So let's move on to our bonus story as we take a look at Ferdinand the Bull. This short was released on November 25th, 1938. It was directed by Dick Rickard. It is based on the story Ferdinand by Muriel Leaf and Robert Lawson. The production companies was Walt Disney Pictures, and it was distributed by RKO Pictures. In terms of the cast, we have Don Wilson, who plays the narrator. Walt Disney provides the voice of Ferdinand's mother, and Milt Kahl provides the voice of Ferdinand. In terms of the plot, little Ferdinand would much rather smell the flowers than butt heads with the other cows. When the men come to choose a bull for the fight, Ferdinand accidentally sits on a bumblebee, and the men see him dash around madly, so they pick Ferdinand. Come bullfight time, and all Ferdinand cares about is a bouquet of flowers that is tossed into the arena. So this short has an interesting legacy as well. It is being shown on Christmas Eve as part of Disney's Christmas from All of Us to All of You. It has aired every year in Sweden and remained popular since 1959. In 1982, it was replaced by The Ugly Duckling, but due to public outcry, it was replaced the following year in 1983. So this is part of a Sweden Christmas tradition that airs on TV every year. It did win an Oscar for Best Short Subject in 1938, and it was released on the Disney Treasures DVD set titled Rarities, as well as other Disney short short subject compilation features. The character Ferdinand can as well be seen in the background of the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit as well. So I want to thank everyone for joining us here on this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment on what they think of The Boy Who Talked to Badgers, as well as if you remember the short Ferdinand the Bull. I would love for you to leave your favorite memory about it. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to take a look at a modern animation favorite as we take a look at Bob's Burgers, the movie. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.